In Spokane, former Pasco Police officer Richard Aguirre learned he'll spend the next 25 years in prison for killing this woman, Ruby Das, and leaving her body in a vacant lot in East Spokane in 1986. Das left behind 4 daughters. Ahead of the sentencing, each of her daughters asking the judge to give Aguirre the maximum sentence. Our Marissa Rio joined us from in front of the courthouse with their message to the man who took away their mother 38 years ago.
That's right, Derek. All 4 of Das's daughters were in court today and asked that the judge sentence Aguirre to 26 years in prison, which was the maximum sentence he could have received in accordance to Washington state law at the time the crime was committed. One of Das's daughters said she and her sisters didn't have the opportunity to have a loving relationship with their mom because Aguirre used his strength and his power to erase her.
Everything in life was taken from us, not just our mother's life. It took our life as well.
Words of grief made by Das's 4 daughters were heard by all who were present in court today, all of them agreeing justice took too long.
The nature of her case had left us without closure, without justice, and without the peace that comes from knowing that the person responsible has never been held accountable.
Aguirre sat silently as each of Das's daughters addressed the pain he has caused their family.
It's time for him to go to prison and experience what it's like to be a victim. Because we have to live it every day, and at this point we refuse to be a victim to anybody.
Aguirre's attorney, on the other hand, argued in favor of the minimum sentence of 20 years. He asked that the judge consider Aguirre's age at the time of the crime. He was only 21, and his time served as a police officer.
The court needs to recognize that Mr. Aguirre is going to be a particularly vulnerable inmate based on his law enforcement background.
The judge took the argument into consideration, but ultimately gave the sentence of 25 years.
This departure from the high end is just to consider that youthfulness in a meaningful manner, but I do believe that the low end is not appropriate.
Aguirre's family gave a statement saying they believe he is innocent. It read in part, "The state forensic scientists did not find our brother's DNA on her nor her 50-plus personal items found at the scene, but they did find unknown male DNA around the neck of her sweater and underneath her bloodied, partially ripped fingernail." After the ruling, Aguirre was escorted out of the courtroom in handcuffs. Aguirre's attorney says he plans to file a motion to appeal. He has 30 days to do so. Reporting live in downtown Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.